Hey there guys and girls, it's me Tirza from healthyveganlife.com, and today I am going to make some cinnamon raisin bagels and I'm going to film it and take you along with me on the journey. Isn't that wonderful? I have been wanting to make this recipe for a while, but I've kind of been dreading it because I know that making bagels is a lot of work. There's a lot of steps in the process, and as you guys know, I like to cook and bake, but I don't like it to be a lot of work. I like to keep things simple. But if you really want to have bagels, you have to, let the dough rise and then boil the bagels in water and then bake them. It's going to take some hours to get it all done, but I really just want to enjoy some delicious bagels, so we have to go through this. I can't find these kinds of bagels in the store where I live, so baking them at home is the only option. Oh sadness, oh sadness. Anyway, without wanting to ramble on forever, let's start.
First we will need 1 cup of warm water, not hot but warm, and put it in a big bowl. And then we're going to add 1.5 tablespoons of white refined sugar and our yeast. We will need 2 1/4 teaspoon of yeast. You can kind of sprinkle it over the top and then it will sink down and meet the sugar, and this will activate the yeast, and this will start to happen. You will need to give it 5 to 10 minutes to do this. Now we can add our flour. We will need 1.5 cups of white wheat flour, and just add it in gradually as we stir and mix it all around. 1 teaspoon of salt and 1 to 1.5 cups of whole wheat flour. Now you have to just see what the dough does. It needs to not be sticky in the end. So just add the flour until you know that it's right. And it will kind of depend on the climate, the weather, the exact temperature of the water and all that kind of stuff. When it is all properly combined, you want to add 1 tablespoon of cinnamon and 3/4 cup of raisins. And mix that through. You will need like a good 3 minutes of mixing because the raisins will keep falling out, and just put them back in and it will be good. Then you want to lightly grease a big bowl and put your dough in there. And then cover it with either some plastic foil like I'm doing, or a slightly damp kitchen cloth. And put it away to rise for 1 to 2 hours. I let it sit for 1.5 hours. And look at that, it's magic. It has risen. It should be like twice the size it was before. And then you just want to slice it into 8 equal parts. Doing it with this knife that I use for everything. I know that people are kind of crazy about the big cook knives, but I don't like the chef knives because they're too big and I cut my hands and it's inconvenient. I like to use a small knife for everything, safer. And then you just want to take each part and just roll it into kind of like a circle and make it into a bagel shape. Just put the hole in the middle and just kind of shape it to not be too ugly. Like so, and do this with all your 8 bagels. Now if you're awesome, you're going to let these 8 bagels rise for another 30 minutes covered, but I didn't do that because I just wanted to get them done. So then you take a big pot and you fill it with 2 liters of water. You bring that to a boil, and potentially, this is only optional, you can add 1/4 cup of maple syrup as well to give them slightly sugary sweet glaze. And you just want to dump 4 bagels at a time in the big pot. Now the longer you leave the bagels in the water, the more crunchy the outside is going to be. But I recommend you put each side of them in there for 1 minute, so 2 minutes in total. And then you just want to put them on a baking tray lined with parchment paper. And to make the bagels nice and golden brown on the top, we're just going to put some soy milk or whatever kind of plant milk you like on the top, like that. And then we're ready to put them in the oven. I preheated the oven to 200 degrees Celsius, which is roughly 400 degrees Fahrenheit. And after 15 minutes of baking, you want to switch the 2 baking trays to make sure that all the bagels will become equally browned.
It is now the evening. It is 7 o'clock and it took me the whole freaking day to make these stupid bagels. Here it is. Here's one of the bagels. It is nice and brown. And can you see it? Brown, and you can see the raisins in there. And I'm going to try one now. Just smells kind of like cinnamon and bread, I guess. There we go. Yeah, I like this. Might be really good with some jam or some apple butter, or just on its own. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe and that you will try it too. Please hit like and let me know what you thought of this, and if you have any ideas for other recipes that I could do. And I will see you guys very soon. Bye. I'm just going to spend my evening eating bagels. Am I going to do this again? I don't know. I honestly don't know if I can put myself through this again, although the result is good.